What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as I did mention before, I did want to do more videos on Dirt 2 because even to this day, guys, it's probably easily one of my favorite Dirt games ever. And in fact, I'm even thinking about doing some videos on the first Dirt game and also Dirt 3. But in this video, though, I am going to focus on one of my favorite classes, which for this video, I figured would probably be an easier way to do one of them. And then most likely take a look at like the trophy trucks and buggies and all that in a different video, because I do feel like each one is going to offer different things and also have a fun factor to them. But for me, guys, Trailblazer right now is probably going to be one of my favorite classes ever in this game. Funny part is, one of my favorite vehicles is going to be this weird looking thing here, which is basically going to be a crazy looking dune buggy. Guys, check this thing out. Can I actually go? Oh, I can go around it. I can zoom in. Did not realize that. But check this thing out, though. It's basically going to be a crazy-looking dune buggy thing, or at least you could say the Doomabach, or whatever you want to call it. Probably didn't pronounce it right, but either way, though, this was pretty much my go-to vehicle back in the day when I was playing this game a lot. And even right now, jumping onto Dirt 2 and stuff, playing this game again, funnily enough, I'm still always using this vehicle over the other ones. But what I'm going to do here, though, is I will do two races in this, specifically races for this car itself. Then I'm also going to jump into a different vehicle. Haven't decided which one. Maybe I'll use the lovely Subaru Impreza there, which we all do know is going to be an absolute monster. We also have the lovely BMW Z4, which drivability kind of left the chat on that one. Funny part is, people hate on the Pontiac here, but this car is also fantastic. And then looking at the other ones, I haven't really driven them. I don't own the Colin McRae. I could buy it, but haven't really bought that thing yet. But either way, though, without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's go into the inside of the RV here. Dirt Tour, I believe the race is here. It's going, is this it? Here it is right here, guys. So 5 miles on each one. Now, keep in mind, 5 miles with this car is going to be pretty quick. We'll do this on serious. Let's hope I can honestly drive better than last time, because last time was truly something. Let's hit race and do this right now and hopefully not fail, because last time I was doing the Dirt 2 video, I was kind of miserably failing at racing, and it didn't really feel that great. So let's hope I could do a little bit better now. I was playing MCLA, I was playing Need for Speed Pro Street and stuff like that, so yeah, I'm kind of messing around, going to different games. Could also be a reason why I legit can't drive. Besides all of that, though, one thing I am going to do here is I am going to bring up my gear ratio to a bit longer there. That way I can go a tad faster. Funny part is, back in the day when I was playing this game, I didn't completely realize I could do that stuff or pretty much knew what it meant, because I was always pretty much playing these games jumping in. I was going to be younger back then, so that probably has something to do with it. But even now, though, looking at it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should make my gear ratio a tad longer. That way I'm not going to pretty much max out at like 150, which I do know this car basically did that. But here, let's see what I can do here, guys. Love the way this car handles. This thing is so dang fun to use. Probably still one of my favorite vehicles in the Trailblazer category. Now, the thing is, people might be wondering exactly why I'm a fan of this game mode, or why I pretty much play this one over the other ones. I would say for me, this is probably going to be the #1 game mode I did enjoy. The second one I'm going to probably say easily right now is most likely trophy trucks and the buggies. Now, back in the day, I was always using the trophy trucks, but now I'm going to be using the buggies, so stay tuned for a video on those. But playing Trailblazer right now, guys, this is one of those game modes I feel like most players are probably going to love. I mean, for one, you basically jump in, pick a car that you like, because I would say a majority of the vehicles are probably going to be quick enough. Sorry there, bud. I just completely wrecked that dude, and I'm in first person now, so it's a little bit wonky, but I love the way this thing looks. Now, the thing is about Trailblazer is you are pretty much jumping into a huge map going as fast as you possibly can, right? I mean, the biggest thing here is you pretty much want to jump in, hopefully not crash would be one thing. Is that the e-brake? I think I just hit the e-brake there. Luckily, it's not going to matter because I was like a chem block type of turn there. Pretty dope. Fly around this one. Let's go. Let's go. But the thing is, though, you basically jump into this. You have a huge area. You go as fast as you possibly can in there and run into rocks. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Let's instant replay it. And that might save me a little bit. Probably just instantly hit it here. I kind of messed up in that corner anyway. But here, let me go back into third person. Maybe that might help me slightly. But I feel like one of the reasons why I played this game mode over the others is probably down to the fact that you have a huge route. A lot of the map areas are going to be really entertaining. You also get to go really fast on top of it, with most vehicles doing around 150, even 160 or so. So I would say a lot of players are probably going to jump into that and go, yo, let's go as fast as we can. Let's enjoy it. There's a bunch of different routes, a lot of things you can run into, and normally you could probably jump into one of these with most of the vehicles and probably do well. I mean, most of the time we can all agree that players might like rally and stuff, but one of my favorite things about Dirt 2, though, compared to the newest ones, is the fact that we had game modes like this. And funny thing is, guys, I've been wanting to see something. Oh, so you can't drive through that tree. Good to know. But one of my favorite things about Dirt 2, though, is down to the fact that we had game modes like this where the new games just don't seem to hit it. Funny part is, guys, I've been wanting a racing game again, or at least any type of racing game, man. You could call it Motorfest, Test Drive, whatever you want to call it. I would love to see more racing games with a game mode like Trailblazer, man. It would be so dang entertaining to see more of these pop up in games. Am I right? I mean, look how fun these are. I feel like players would love them. Imagine a multiplayer setting on this where everyone has like a timer thing. You basically race each other and stuff like that, and boom, you can then go against each other, see who gets like the best time, or even jump in there in like a solo thing, adding on to like the gameplay and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of ways they can easily be doing this stuff, but then again, though, I also just noticed having my thing on long, it only does 142. That's kind of odd. I might turn it up one more for the next race and see if I can make it a tad faster, guys. But there's the first race right there. Probably completely owned it. 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's see. I probably won. I most likely won. I mean, that was kind of it. First place. Knew it. That was absolutely insane. Okay, so heading over to the next event now, I'm now going to put this on longer again. I'm also going to put my downforce a little bit higher. Not sure if that's going to make a difference there, but let's continue. Hopefully I don't crash every, 5 seconds like I was that one time. Luckily, I do admit, though, I feel like compared to the other Dirt 2 video I did, that some of these events I was doing, at least in that video, were kind of terrible, but I feel like I was a bit better in this one. Now, I do understand this is going to be the same route, but backwards. Let's see what I can do here. Why don't we jump back into first person for a few and check that out? Now, funny part is, guys, when I was playing this game back in the day, I do vividly remember I was always in first person mode playing, or at least always in this cockpit view. And the main reason for that was probably going to be the feeling Dirt 2 had. I mean, the sense of speed was fun. The overall game was just something that a lot of the, I guess you could say, the new Dirt games just don't really capture. And that was something I've always loved about Dirt 2. That's when I saw this game in the store, man. I grabbed this so dang quick. I basically grabbed over everything else that day. Like, I did end up getting Midnight Club Los Angeles the same day and stuff. I also got Need for Speed The Run and stuff like that, which also stay tuned for those games. I also got Pro Street. But when I saw Dirt 2, man, the memories just poured in. I immediately booted this game up and I started playing it. And man, it really is such a great game in so many different ways, and I feel like a lot of players would jump on this game even in 2025 and enjoy it so dang much. And I really feel like right now with the current game modes and the newest Dirt games, I guess you could say, they just don't hit like this game did. I've always been jumping in doing some of these Trailblazer events, and even right now, guys, like, it is a legit random day during the week. I'm pretty much going through some of these events, and I'm like, yo, where are these events in the new racing games, man? Why don't we have Trailblazer events? Why don't the new Dirt games have things like this? Isn't it kind of crazy, guys, how a lot of the new games that come out basically go, I guess you could say, one step forward somewhere, and then like 2 to 3 steps backwards? Like, a lot of things players loved about Dirt 2 are just not in the new games at all. Now, I do understand Dirt 3 was also fantastic. Stay tuned for that game as well. But I would say, like, looking at forums, I would go through them. People would be like, yo, best game in the series? It was always the same answer, bro. Everybody said Dirt 2. Game gave me like a special feeling. I love the way the cars felt. I like how it was like an arcade mix, but it was still not realistic, but it was still fun in the aspect that it was going to be slightly realistic, even though it's more of like an arcadey thing. But it's still going to give you that feeling that, yo, I'm racing through a desert with a horse with no, yeah, I'm not going to reference that song, but it's basically going to be the same thing of racing through the desert, enjoying cars that you love, but the game's going to give you that rally type of feeling, you know what I mean? And that was something I've always loved about Trailblazer. Like, you got to get in a vehicle, man, be as fast as you possibly can. That is the main goal. That was something I feel like players most likely loved about this game mode. But also on top of that, something they loved about the Dirt series. You jump in, it is going to be chaotic. You go quick. There's different cars you can use and stuff. Oh, you don't want to use Trailblazer, man? Go use a rally car. I do know the cars are going to be built. Like, if you have a, whoa there, buddy. You good? I don't know how to look behind me. Oh, it's triangle. Yeah, I don't know what that dude just did. but I felt that because we've all been there. Hey, use the instant replay button there. Oh, he's out. He's out. All right, well, rip to that racer, I guess. That's kind of unfortunate. But see that here, though, guys? That was legit 3 minutes going through this race, and boom, it's already completed. I'm going to guess right now and say I probably easily won that, man. I was kind of destroying the race. I love this car so much. Seems like having the long gear all the way up, bringing down, or I guess you could say having my downforce higher, seemed to help my overall top speed a bit. Besides that, why don't we jump into another event, but this time I'm going to use a different car. Okay, so now we're back in the menu here. I did end up finding the event I figured I would end up trying out. It's going to be the Alpine Star Race here, 4.3 miles on that one, and also 4.3 miles on the other. Let's jump into this one, guys. Now, the vehicle I'm going to use, you know what? I'm kind of mixed. I do understand I'm not going to drive that thing again, but let me see. Maybe I'll drive the lovely Subaru here. We all do know this car is insane, man. You know what? I kind of want to use it as well because of the top speed on it. I do know it's insanely quick. Let's jump in and see what we can do. You know, looking at the Ken Block livery on that car just really makes me think about that stuff a bit. Am I the only one? Like, going back and playing these games, hearing Ken Block's voice, hearing these characters and stuff, I really feel like these games had so much. I don't even know how to say it. It's just the feeling these old games gave you when you played them. I do understand that you could probably be getting older and stuff and things change, but I really feel like, guys, if players jump on to Dirt 2, like, and something absolutely insane happen, we all know this isn't going to happen, but imagine for a second that Dirt 2 came back on the PS5 or something. Again, we all know that's probably not going to happen. Last time I checked Dirt 2 on the computer, you can't even buy this game anymore on Steam. Like, it's completely gone. You can't even find it. So I was like, all right, well, next best thing, let me go get this thing on the PS3, because that way I can then make some videos, play this game again, and boom, it was surely enough there. Besides that, though, jumping into the event now, this is going to be a different track. I do know this Subaru, guys, is easily going to be the fastest Trailblazer car in the game. We all do know the Dumabach or Dunabach. You know what? Wow, I just slid off the track completely. I'm over here saying this is the best car in the game, and then I completely fail at driving. Isn't that something? Now, one thing that always made me laugh about that, though, is you would assume that one of these cars are going to be fantastic. Like, we all do know the Subaru is probably going to be one of the best cars you can use in, most of the classes, right? Even with that, though, you probably got to tune it slightly because some things are probably going to make it a bit slower or mess it up, or you might end up losing traction everywhere, kind of like I did, making my entire car messed up. I do also remember using this car a bit, and for some odd reason, I hit, like, the smallest thing on the road, and then boom, my entire windshield would crack into like 50,000 pieces. But hey, kind of part of the car, I guess, right? Maybe they don't want you to be in first. What up there, brother? Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. I was trying to get around the turn a little bit better, and then I was making fun of that driver. And, I was going to restart, but now I'm going to keep going here because I think I can still maybe pull this off. This car is really quick, so I might be able to catch right back up and maybe get my time a little bit better at the end of this here. Let's see. I do not really like how, like, fidgety this car is at times. Like, when I'm racing it as fast as I possibly can, I know, like, the special car I was just driving before doesn't really spin out that much. It's going to feel a lot more stable, whereas sometimes I feel like the Subaru's, like, I guess it's kind of wonky to use. I do understand Trailblazer is going to be the kind of class where you pretty much have to be as fast as you can. Like, that's the point, obviously. So you're probably going to want to use a car that's going to have high stability or something that you can trust it. And just because a car might have the best stats in the game might not necessarily make it the best. Weird, right? And there's another racer down. Could be worse. That could have been me earlier. So I gotta admit, at least I'm not in that situation. Okay, now that I'm trying to drive the car a little bit better here, being a tad easier on the PS5 controller, which again, guys, if you haven't used a PS5 controller on the PS3, I would recommend it. It's honestly making these races a lot more entertaining. I feel like I'm faster in some places. Don't get me wrong, I still drive kind of bad because, I'm trying to get used to it. Where am I at? Oh, I'm almost in. Whoa. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use an instant replay there because that was kind of terrible. Let me get around this turn. Hit it right there. That way I don't crash again because I feel like I might actually be able to come back in this one. And why would I make myself bad there? 178. Nice. Nice. I'm making a little comeback here. Even though I'm not driving good, guys, bear with me. We all know sometimes the driving on the Trailblazer tracks is something. Still really love them, even though I'm gonna be real right now. This was probably not my go-to vehicle, which I did mention before. I don't. Here's the thing, I didn't really use this car that much back in the day. I do know everybody probably was like, yo, use the Subaru, this thing's fantastic, but that's the thing. I didn't really use this car that much. I always used something else, and I always kind of wanted to, oh, look, I just totaled myself. Look at my tires coming off, bro. That's insane. Luckily, though, I have another instant replay here. Man, look at that damage. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Look at the damage. My tires came off. Everything completely destroyed. That's crazy, bro. Man, my whole car looks funny. It don't even look like a Subaru. Like, what even is that? Brake a little bit more. There we go. I didn't run into the rock that time. I know I need to be a little bit quicker. I do feel like the stability of this car is a bit wonky. Maybe a little tuning might fix it. I don't know. But let's see if I can somehow pull this off. Oh, did we do it? Did I get first? Even, look at my car, bro. The whole thing looks messed up. Hey, I still got first. Even with that terrible driving, I guess it is still possible to win, even if you crash into literally everything. Okay, so now that we're going to be in the next race, something I do want to try here is maybe the car was having some issues with going around the corners. You know, maybe it was kind of too soft on the suspension. So I'm going to try stiff. I don't know if that's going to help me or make it completely worse. I guess we're going to find out because I haven't really tuned the cars that much. Funny part is when I was tuning the special type of dune buggy looking thing the last couple of races, I never used to do that in the past and I still won every single event. So I wouldn't say you probably have to do it, but maybe it might help. Let's go into first person with this Subaru, shall we? Oh, wow, look at that. Looks pretty nice. All right, serious question, y'all. When you used to play dirt games, did you ever play in cockpit view? I feel like players maybe did, maybe they didn't. Whoa. Yep, okay, so that's showing me that my suspension thing didn't really help me that much because I went around the turn a little bit too much and did a complete 360. Huh. Ain't that something? Maybe it was me being in first-person mode trying to drive this car a little bit more wonky than what I should have been doing. Then again, though, it's probably going to come down to me not knowing what I'm doing on the Trailblazer category because I can't drive the Subaru. I really haven't drove the Subaru. Funny part is, guys, back in the day when I used to play this game a lot, I used to use this car a little bit, and then I started discovering things like the other Subaru, the Mitsubishi Lancer, even the lovely Pontiac, and I was like, wait a minute. Other cars are going to be usable. Let me try these out. And, well, surely enough, I used to use a lot of those cars over this one. And I feel like this car might be, you know, considered the best thing with, like, acceleration. People probably look at things like the stats on vehicles or they're looking at something on the car and go, okay, well, the acceleration on this car is great. The top end speed is great. But what about the drivability? I remember doing some of the events in the lovely BMW Z4, and you guys probably saw the stats on that thing being legit like 3 blocks on drivability or whatever, which is not that great. And I still was having fun driving that car. It still felt decently stable in some places. Was it perfect? No. No, it wasn't. But I would still say that car was going to be drivable, and in some places it felt almost like the Subaru, even knowing the drivability on this car is much higher. What is that? Is that a Lancer? That is a Lancer. That car is also great. Being the right-hand drive in first person is a little bit wonky, though. Probably have to get used to that. Whoa, I'm in first by 5 seconds, bro? Doesn't feel like I'm driving that good, but I'll take it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to instant replay that. You guys see that? I barely touched that car, and I instantly got pretty much destroyed. So if you're going to pass somebody, do it more carefully than what I just did. Try not to hit them. And, oh, almost lost stability again. But it's okay. I got 5 seconds on the other racer, so I should be able to mess up slightly. Maybe pass him in a corner if he goes kind of slow. Might be the best and safest way to do it. Barely tapping one of the cars and then destroying yourself on one corner doesn't sound like a very fun time on any of these events. Sir, I'm going to take you on the right side here. You ready? You ready? There we go. There we go. That's how you pass them. At least a little more safer. Whoa. Don't do that. Bro would have fishtailed me and I would have been cooked. We don't need that. I got to finish this race strong and actually win every single race I'm doing this time instead of last time I was driving like terrible. I guess I'll just whoa. Oh no. Should I keep going? Can I keep going? Oh, we're gonna keep going. Yep, my car is absolutely cooked, guys, but I'm gonna keep going. I am in first right now by 5 seconds. I don't know if that's still true because I just flipped over and probably lost a second or two. But I'm going to keep going. Maybe I can win this race, finish this off strong because before I was driving like a kind of, you know, bot. But hey, crashing and still winning makes this a lot more entertaining. Am I right? Serious question though, what did y'all think about the Trailblazer class in Dirt 2? Probably still one of my favorite game modes in most games. I would love to see this more often. Did I do it? I don't know if I won. I probably didn't because that was not very good driving at the end there. Did I? Did I? Second place. Not really surprised. I did win the first one though, so at least in this one I should be able to Jade was there, 8 points. Now let's see. Did I win? I'm going to continue and see if I won. I think I probably did because I won the first race depending on where Jade was. Let's go. Easily. Dang, Jade's got 11 points, bro. She was kind of failing. That's crazy. But again, though, let me know what y'all think about Trailblazer in the comments below. Absolutely loved this game mode in Dirt 2. So much fun. And I feel like a lot of players would probably still enjoy this game mode even to this day. Funny part is I haven't played Dirt 2 in probably like 12 or 13 years after doing, I guess you could say, the in 2025 video. That was the first time I was playing it after a while. And it just brings back so many memories how good this game was, guys. I just feel like players would love it. And even if they did release this on PS5, which don't get me wrong, that is not going to happen. But if they did, I feel like players would buy this game in a heartbeat. Do let me know in the comments below which classes did you guys like in Dirt 2. I'm curious. Do you like Rally, Cross, Rally? I would say for me, Trailblazer, probably trophy trucks back in the day, even though now I'm using a buggy. I also really like the stock Baja class. Those are fun. And then probably something like Rally after that. But do let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Trailblazer is so dang entertaining. And I would say a lot of players, if I had to guess, are most likely going to like Rally or Rally Cross here in Dirt 2.